Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing to share with you guys. I don't know what's in here. We're going to find out together. Thanks so much to my generous patrons who are supporting me right now. There's a link for Patreon right down below, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. Okay. Let's see here. Make the usual cut right there. Oh, I missed. That's okay because the scalpel is extremely sharp. It is the ultimate unboxing tool and does not need to be touched up, altered, or improved in any sense of the word. Okay, what do we have here? Oh. Okay, hold on. Is there a note? Yeah, okay. I've been trying to get this for a while. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. MC, appreciate all you do for the community and the positivity you always bring. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate that. Your channel was probably the main gateway that got me much more into the hobby, without which would never have taken the leap to try a lot of maker/models that I've ended up loving. That's definitely the case with this one here, which I'm going to show you guys here in a second. I believe the first time I've heard of him was from your review of the blank flipper, which I have also since picked up and love as a fun little keeper in my collection. Yes, very cool. He says, no social media. Just glad to hopefully help you keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That was Jeremy. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, this, there was a few different, this is in like kind of a family of knives. But I remember first seeing these on DLT Trading, and I believe you can still get them. I will link this right down below so you guys can take a look. This is a Curtis Warhawk 375. Oh yeah, I do very much like the size of this one. Oh boy, and the action is very nice too. Ooh. So, a lot of you guys know Curtis Knives as, you know, the people behind, or the person behind the F3, which was a big contender. You know, a lot of people compared it to the XM18 back in the day. And when I say back in the day, I mean like in 2012, right? There are a few different versions. I think the Warhawk is the family of knives. Now, if you don't know, this is a mid-tech style knife, US made, very expensive. We are not talking production level, Bestech, ZT. We're not talking. We are in Chris Reeve, Rick Hinderer territory, right? That's what we're looking at. So these are some of, I think the Warhawk series are some of their newest, like their newest family of knives. So yeah, what we have here, ooh, yeah. I believe that's probably, it feels like it's been possibly used just a little bit. Not really sure. Warhawk, and then the 350, this one right here. Sorry, tape is stuck. Warhawk 375 M390 contoured titanium, made March 24th of 2021. We do have titanium hardware as well. So yeah, this is interesting because I believe in the oldest, maybe that's still the case, where the pivot actually acts as the over travel. Interesting looking pivot there, definitely proprietary. No question about that, which is kind of a bummer. Flipping action is good. Overall action is actually very good, and there's no detent lash or anything like that. I'm going to check real quick for blade play. Am I actually feeling? Yeah. There's a little bit of slip. Hold on. Not that I can get it to visually capture, but it definitely is feeling like there's just a slight bit of slip. Yeah, that's a geometry thing. Part of the reason why, and this is something that I should mention, part of the reason why it's a good idea to do a steel lock bar insert is because in a situation like this, where the geometry of the chip is not perfect as far as, you know, the geometry of the tang of the blade, ideally you don't want there to be any movement. Like I'm moving the blade up and down, and just a little bit of movement. I mean, not like if I was sitting here wrenching on it, then yeah, you can pretty much do that with any frame lock, but just a little tiny bit of movement, and I can feel a little bit of slip. It's not good. But the idea behind this is that that chip can be popped out and either repaired or replaced with one that better matches the tang of the blade so that it's not acting like it's going to slip. Now, realistically, do I think that during normal cutting that's going to cause an issue? No, but still, I like to feel like it's absolutely solid, right? So that's kind of a bummer, but something I want to point out. I mean, it's the kind of stuff that I want to point out. Absolutely. This is a big knife. I like the texturing on this. I didn't say anything about this. I like the texturing on this right off the bat. By the way, for anybody confused, this is not a review. It's not, you should not trust people on the internet who open things and handle them for the first time and then review it. No. A longer period of time needs to be spent with the knife. And I should be clear about this. It takes 2 to 3 weeks to get a review out, not because I actually think it takes 2 to 3 weeks to experience a knife. It's because I am reviewing, or I'm sorry, I'm releasing 2 videos a day, right? And I'm recording 5 days a week, right? So that's a minimum of 14 videos a week. It's usually a little bit more than that. The idea being that I have a bunch on reserve that are waiting to be uploaded. So they go into a queue and it just takes that long to actually pop up as viewable content on my platform. Truthfully, it only takes a couple of days to really kind of figure out the pros and cons of a knife, right? Taking a look at it doesn't even really take that long, but in some cases it takes a little bit longer. You find out something that's different or something you didn't know. You want to make sure your information's correct. And I don't get everything perfect, right? But no, it doesn't take very long in most cases to gather the information that's appropriate for a review. But it certainly would be inappropriate to unbox a knife and just start reviewing it. You shouldn't trust anybody who does that. But I can still give you my first impressions. All the way around, I've always liked Curtis knives, and I've handled a bunch of them. I've never had an issue with lock solidity right out of the box, which just makes me think that chip was not cut correctly, right? The slope or the angle of the blade tang doesn't look like it's too steep. I think it's just the lock chip, right? But yeah, pretty good. The centering looks good to me. There's definitely no side to, well, now wait a second. There is a little bit, but you know what? That pivot. Hang on a sec here. I wonder. Now, I just turned the pivot with my finger, and now there's no side to side, and the action's the same, but there still is that up and down slip, which is, I gotta admit, kind of disappointing. Doesn't necessarily mean that all of them are like that. Let's keep that in mind, but still not something I like to see in any case. But I think this is as long as this unboxing needs to be. This is interesting. I'm glad I'm getting an opportunity to look at one of these. So yeah, expect a full comprehensive review 2 to 3 weeks down the road. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do of course have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.